Thinking less actually made me more money, and by the end of this video, I think you'll understand why. Do you ever look at the people who have had the most success in this day and age and think to yourself, I'm not nearly as smart as them. There's no way I can accomplish that. That's exactly how I felt when I was getting started with my entrepreneurial journey. I'm definitely not the smartest one here, and to be quite frank, I don't have a lot of experience. So what do I have to offer? As I started digging into it further, I realized that a lot of the most successful people that I look up to were not the smartest people in their friend group. They may not have passed all of their classes in high school or even graduated college. So what was their differentiating factor? Oftentimes, what I learned is that these people simply did the work. They weren't out here reinventing the wheel, so to speak, but literally they were just taking the steps that they had seen other people take in order to become successful. Things like consistency, systems, building a business, things that anybody can do with enough practice and the right resources. So why do people oftentimes come up with things like, don't reinvent the wheel? And what do they mean by that? What I learned is that when they're saying that, what they're trying to convey is that something that's already been done and done well doesn't need to be redone over and over. I don't have to come up with a new cell phone to make phone calls. I just use the one that's already been created. That may be like a dumb example, but the point is, systems that are already in place are there for a reason and they're meant to be used by you. So how did thinking less make me more money? Well, to get completely into that, we're gonna have to take a step back. So about a year ago, as I was starting to think about trying to get into real estate investing, there was a lot of questions I had. On top of the fact that I had no idea what I was doing, I literally did not know where to start. This can be really frustrating when you're trying to make progress, but you're not really sure which direction to take. For the first 9 months of me working in real estate, I was clueless. I tried every different method I could think of to try and make money and figure out something that worked well for me. During this time, I tried a lot of different secrets and a lot of different methods to invest in real estate, and all of them seemed to kind of end up the same. The turning point for me was when I realized that I didn't have to do exactly what I thought would work best when I had no experience in the first place. Who am I to try and come up with a new way to make money in real estate when I've never done it before? On top of that, I started seeing people have success in all different realms of real estate, things that I had never even heard of or thought of. Seeing that gave me the light bulb that I needed. It wasn't that I needed to do one specific thing to make money. Everything worked. Once I understood that, I realized that I didn't have to start trying to think of my own thing to do. I could just take what other people were doing and use that to my advantage. So after 9 months of working in different parts of real estate, I decided to just start copying somebody that had done what I already wanted to do. This is where I come up with saying that thinking less actually made me more. I stopped trying to come up with completely brand new systems to operate under. I didn't have to come up with a new way to flip houses or a new way to buy rental properties. Why not learn from the people that were already doing it at a much higher level than I was? With this realization in place, I got to work. And I think understanding that can help other people hopefully find a similar path to what I did. Here's what I mean. You don't have to be doing something new every single time. If you're looking to get into investing or get into real estate, learn from the past and what people have done and are doing now to be successful. In doing so, you can start to gain the experience that you desire and make some breakthroughs along the way. After 9 months of trying all these different methods of real estate, I finally started copying somebody else, and the results happened much quicker than I expected. Within 3 months, I had a partner and had built a successful real estate business and quit my job simply by copying what other people were already doing. So how can you do the same thing? This is a question that I get asked all the time on the phone calls that I make to newer real estate investors every single day. I don't know what I should be doing to get to my goal. That, to me, is one step too far ahead, because the real question should be, what is your goal? One of my favorite quotes that I heard Dean Graziosi talk about this last weekend at a mastermind I was attending was, "Fuzzy targets don't get hit." To me, that speaks volumes because it talks about the fact that the processes aren't what's important, it's the end goal. Once you know what your end goal is, it's going to be a lot clearer what steps you need to take and who you can reach out to and connect with to try and get to that next level. If you're working on buying and scaling real estate, you should probably be talking to somebody who has already done that so that you can learn from them and turbocharge your experience. That's the whole point of things like the mastermind that I was just at. Learning from other people and combining your thoughts and processes together to get to a common goal quicker. So once you have that target or that goal in mind, you know exactly what needs to be done to get there, not because you've already experienced it or because you've read it in a book, but because you can now start connecting with the right people to get you along that path. For me, when it came to wholesaling creative real estate, which is what I've been spending the most of my time doing recently, I just looked for other people that were already doing it and doing it well. I can take advice from those people because I'm seeing their systems in place and seeing what works for them. Now, I'm not saying not to be creative with what you're doing. That's not the point at all. You should absolutely be creative and come up with your own methods, but doing that within the realm of what's already been done is going to allow you to turbocharge that much quicker. I can't stress enough that I am not the smartest person in the room in any of the rooms I've been in recently. But I've learned from those people and taken what they're doing to implement into my own life and my business to get to the next step. Trying to do something like entrepreneurship or building a business on your own is quite frankly a terrible idea. Even if you've read every book there is about business or been to Harvard, it doesn't matter because you still need those experiences to live off of and grow on. Experience, for me personally, has been by far the most important factor in building my business to what it is now. You can tell me 100 times how to do something, but until I've actually done it and experienced what it's like for myself, I'm not gonna have the full picture. I would say that the same thing goes for anyone and everyone. You have to go through these experiences to learn and grow from them in your own life. Just because I experienced one thing doesn't mean it's gonna be the same thing for you. So if you're in the early stages of trying to get into real estate or business or investing, stop trying to do it all on your own. I'm sure you're gonna have a ton of success and do great things in the future, but right now, make sure that you focus on leaning on the people in your life or bringing people into your life that can help contribute to your knowledge and understanding of what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go. I promise some of the most frustrating stories that I've been hearing about people's journeys are the people that think that they have to do it all alone. It's just simply not true. You don't have to go at this alone. There are other people that you can lean on and learn from, and in doing so, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Moving forward, I'm going to continue to work on thinking less about my specific situation and thinking more about how I can utilize the people and the resources in my life to get to the next level. It's been an incredible boost in my business and my life so far in getting to where I'm at, and I know that it will continue to benefit me moving forward. So if you feel like you're stuck where you're at and you have a goal but you're not really sure what it is, take the time to do these 3 very important steps that I took in my own life that I think can benefit you a whole bunch. Number 1, get clear on your goals. Why are you trying to do what you're doing? Is it for more money? Is it for time freedom? Is it to benefit other people? Get clear on that. Once you are incredibly clear on your goal, you can move to step 2. Step 2 involves looking at your goal and figuring out what you need to do to accomplish it. If it's making more money, it may be a side hustle. If it's helping more people, it might be volunteering more. Making those decisions is a lot simpler when you have a very clear destination in mind. And the third step that I would take is looking at your goal and the situation that you need to get there and finding other people that have been in those steps before. For me, that looked like joining a mentorship, going to local meetups, and getting involved with those kinds of people. But that works for anyone. No matter what it is you're doing, there's somebody who's gone before you and done it well. Reach out to them, connect with them, and learn from what they've already done. Taking those 3 steps can be life-changing in your business, as I know it was for my own. And if you want to learn more about the exact steps that I took in my business to be able to step out of my engineering job and go into real estate investing full-time, check out this video right here. You might find it helpful. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Stick with it, keep after it, and let me know how you're doing in the comments. Peace.